Hey everyone, my name is Josh, and I'm the owner of Rainier Creations Co., a custom printing company located in the Pacific Northwest. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a little while. I was out of town for work, and then my work schedule in general for my full-time job just picked up like crazy. And then when I've been getting home at night, I've been just doing this job as well, and I've had no time to film, so I apologize. But what we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to walk you through 1,000 stickers that I have to print, laminate, and cut. It's two different designs, 500 each, but I figured why not bring you guys along for the ride because there's some cool things in here. So in this particular order, it's not just a standard die cut sticker like you kind of see right here, right? This looks like a die cut sticker. What it actually is a die cut sticker, but it's also a kiss cut sticker right here. So I actually have to have two different cut lines in this. I'm not going to show you how to set up that file right now and how to do that, but I'll show you if you have a Graphtec and you want to know how to do this, how to do that without changing the blade position or anything like that. Additionally, I'll do a screenshot and I'll walk you guys through how long this would take if you were using the Roland BN20A, because I did a video on that before, only with 6 stickers versus 100, but I'll give you a realistic idea of how long 1,000 stickers will take you on a Roland BN20A versus if you have the right production equipment to do so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, we're in the shop now, so I'm just going to go ahead and get these designs set up and get them sent through the printer. I'm not really going to show you how to do all of that because I have other videos. I'll link them in the description down below on how to set up stickers in the files and all that good stuff, but I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. And in the end, we'll see how long it took me to get through however many stickers I actually get through. I hope it's a couple thousand right now. And I'll let you know how long that would have taken on the BN20. I kind of did this before in a previous video, but I did that with a very small number of stickers. This time we should be talking thousands. So once I get through that, we'll see how long that would take on the BN20. We'll walk you guys through that and tell you what the VersaWorks software is telling us it's going to take in order to print this many stickers if I were to use the BN20. Okay, so we're still printing. I got 1,000 stickers going. I'm about 3/4 of the way through it right now, and it's taking me about 40, maybe 45 minutes to get to this point. So really not too bad. These stickers aren't small. They're all about 4 inches in size. So really, I'm pretty pleased with that. If I would have done that on my Roland BN20, which I have right here, that probably would have taken me about 1 hour and 20 minutes per 50 or 60 stickers, just because the Roland's only capable of printing on 20-inch wide media, but the print space is only 18.5. inches. And so if my cutter, which is a Graphtec FC9160, can only handle 64-inch media, that means I can only print about 60 to 64 inches in theory, right, in length. So I can only fit probably 50 stickers max on a sheet, and then I got to laminate that manually, right? And so each one of those prints would have taken an hour, hour 20 easy to print. So you can see how much faster the HP Latex 365 is compared to the Roland BN20A. Now what I will do here in a little bit is I will record me going into VersaWorks. I'll make the entire file like I would if I didn't have this printer, and we'll see exactly how long that'll take. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this on the Graphtec. So a lot of people, when they do their kiss cut and their die cut, they actually move the blade. So if you look down on the Graphtec, you can see you have a channel going right here, right? And that's for your blade to go into when you're doing your perf cuts, your die cuts, you know, that's where that goes. And then in front right here, you have a cutting strip. A lot of people use this for kiss cutting because the blade doesn't go through the vinyl, right? So in order to do that though, you need to move the blade position. So I have it set to go down into the channel, and if you want to just do the kiss cut, then and use this strip here, you would have to move it up to the front. It's hard to see down in there, but you have to move it up to the front position to do that. So in this case, for what I was doing, I would have to have it in that position, and then when it was done doing the kiss cut, I'd have to move the blade back to this position in order to do the die cut. However, you don't have to do that. You can leave your blade in this location indefinitely. You should never ever have to move it. It's just a matter of setting. So if you come into conditions, okay, and we're going to go down to assign tool. Okay, so you see I have conditions 1, 2, and 3. And the configuration, the tool I've assigned is 3. That is the back portion of the blade holder right there. I don't even use these at all. This is just what I use. So for my condition 1, for example, let's get out of here. Let's go back to condition. Oh, I had condition 3 changed, sorry. It wasn't supposed to be, but it was. But anyways, condition 1 is typically my kiss cut right here. And I do it at a force of 15. Okay, too easy. So let's just hit enter on that. And again, you come into here and just go to your assign tool. And you can see I have it set for 3. So you just have to adjust how much pressure you use when you're using the channel versus the strip here. Because if you're using the strip, you use significantly less pressure. But I just do this and it saves a tremendous amount of time and energy just keeping the blade in the same spot and having it configured properly. So next time you go to do a kiss and die cut sticker together, no need to move the blade. Just change the assigned tool of the blade and that'll save you a ton of time. Okay, well, I had plans to record me ripping the software in VersaWorks, but for some reason my PC just isn't letting me record it. It starts to record and then just stops and it won't even save. So I don't know if there's an update required or whatever, but what I did find when I was in VersaWorks was if you went with the standard setting for printing, it would take 81 minutes to print that small file that we had pulled up earlier. So, you know, that's not really conducive to running a sticker business that can have a lot of output, right? Now, there's ways to get around that a little bit. You know, you can use, instead of unidirectional, you can go bidirectional on it, and that'll cut it down to about 19 minutes. However, when you do that, you know, you are going to be sacrificing the quality of the print. So if you're just getting started and quality, you know, should be and is wildly important, especially for startups, you know, you're going to go with the 81 minutes. Furthermore, you know, that's less than 50 stickers and it's taking 81 minutes. I print 1,000 stickers in less than 45 minutes. And then it took me 3 minutes to laminate those and probably another solid hour and a half of cutting just because of the type of cut I was doing. As I talked about previously, you know, this was the die cut with the kiss cut here in the center. And so what had to happen in order to make this go was I had to do the kiss cutting first, and it did all 100, and you know, there's 100 in a batch, so it did all 100 of them first, kiss cut, then went back to the very beginning and then did the die cut. So it was essentially doing double. So it took twice as long as it normally should in order to do that, right? But again, if you're using that Roland BN20 or you consider using it to start a business with, just know if you want the best quality, it's going to take about 81 minutes to print less than, at least with these stickers, 50 stickers. And then on top of that, you have to laminate. And again, if you're a starter, you're probably using a manual laminator. So you got to measure out all the lamination and manually apply that as well, which that takes hours as well. And then on top of that, because of the type of printer and the ink that it uses, you need to let that ink off gas. So now you're adding even more time to the process, right? Again, nothing wrong with it. I started off with one as well, but just know that, you know, you probably shouldn't be advertising that you can do thousands or 1,000 and have a quick turnaround time. I would suggest going no more than 250 stickers, quite honestly, just because of how long it takes. Maybe once you figure it out, you know, you can up it a little bit, but if you're on Etsy or something, just go with 250, maybe even just 100. Make it a little more niche, you know, that's probably the best way to go. Overall, though, I am super happy with how that printing session went, how that whole process went. I had flawless printing, flawless lamination, and flawless cutting. And the cutting was really neat because that was such a long run total. Now, like I said, I did batches of 100, and I had 2 designs, 500 stickers of each. But it was just perfect. The data link worked perfect. The cuts were accurate as all, as all get out. It was awesome. So I really can't say enough good things. So again, I apologize for not being able to show you the VersaWorks. I'm gonna try to get that fixed, and I'll show you in another video. With that being said, again, I really appreciate everyone tuning in. If you found any of this information, useful, or there's something you want to see, please leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe to my